Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new to this channel, my name is Amra and this is Amra's Beauty Blog. If you're a subscriber, then a welcome return. If you like this video, then please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell for weekly uploads. So today I'm going to be talking to you about something that has been all over social media. It is the Louis Vuitton launch of their new La Beaute collection. I am so excited because this week I celebrated my birthday and I was in Austria and I was able to visit their store in Vienna where I heard that the collection was being launched, and I was so excited that I had to go and visit and to look at the collection and to see it for myself, because there's been so much talk around this launch and I, as you know, am a huge Pat McGrath fan, and if I didn't pick up this collection I would be doing a disservice to Pat and what she has done in the last 4 years as creative director for Louis Vuitton to create this beautiful collection. So this is what I got. Travelled with this through duty free, got my tax back on it, so I got it for a little bit less than what I would have paid. When I did the conversion, it worked out that I actually ended up paying a little bit more at the store, but then I got my tax back, so I kind of got it for less than what I would have paid. So they've got it in another bag and I'm going to unravel it for you. I love the packaging when it comes to Louis Vuitton. I think that their packaging is really, really beautiful. And what did I pick up, you're going to be asking? I picked up one of their lipsticks and one of their eyeshadows. And the reason I did this was I did look at the balms and I felt like the balms weren't really as pigmented as I would have liked. Although I love balms and I do reviews on balms, I felt like the lipsticks were going to give me that impact that I really, really wanted. And so I wanted to start off with the lipsticks. Now these are refillable. The refills cost less than the actual packaging itself. I got some bits that they gave me which are going to add to the experience of what I picked up. So I've got the eyeshadow, and it's LV Ombre and it's Louis Vuitton eyeshadow palette, and it comes in this beautiful shade 896 Monogram Rouge, and that's the shade that I picked up. And then in the lipstick I also went with the LV Rouge Louis Vuitton, and this was also in 896 Monogram Rouge in satin. When I tried this in store, the impact was immediate, and I knew that if I was going to get one thing from the collection it would be these two pieces first. If in the future I decide to pick up more, I have the actual product now where I can refill it, except for the lip balm which I may pick up in the future. But I wanted to show you these first and how they come packaged. Really, it's quite the experience when you're in the store. And what was really nice is they also gave me some little samples of the other shades that I was interested in, and I'll show you these as well. So I think the first thing we should look at is the eyeshadow palette, and this is a work of art. I am so impressed with this weight of this palette. It's not like anything I own other than, I'd say, the Mothership palette in terms of like the quality. I think that if you're a collector of makeup and you love makeup, you're going to love this. But I know that a lot of people have been talking about the price point. You need to remember that everybody has a choice in the makeup that they want to buy. There is so much makeup out there that I think that if you're a collector like me, this is like a dream come true. And if you love collaborations and makeup, this is something like a dream come true to have Pat McGrath be the creative director for Louis Vuitton. I think if you're on a budget, there are lots of other brands that would probably do, if not the same thing. But I really feel as though you need to go into store and feel the products for yourself, the weight, and understand the history. I think that this is targeted towards the LV customer. Now, I've been buying LV for over 20 years. I love LV. I have lots of products from LV. This is sort of like an extension of that for me. Not everyone's going to like or agree with that, but it's my experience, and that's why I wanted to show you this today. So this is what it looks like when you open it. I honestly can't believe how beautiful the packaging feels. When I was in the store, it felt like so weighty and feels really like luxurious. I recently bought a Chanel handbag, which I haven't done a review on, which I will. I felt like it was something that was like a collector's piece, and for me, this is how this feels. The box comes like this. You've got gold in the box, so it's all lined with gold. So it says Louis Vuitton, and then it's got like engraving all the way at the back, and Paris at the back. There's a button here which is for the refill, and then when you open it, so it looks like this. You've got the LV logo that's embossed in the middle. Like, you just literally pull it open, and then these are the shades. Now, I really wanted shades that were going to have an impact, show on my skin tone, and I felt like this palette was a great place to start. Let me show you this up close. This is what it looks like. You can see the detail in this is just extraordinary. It's embossed heavily and it feels very, very weighty. I'm gonna list the ingredients in my description. I'll see if I can find a little piece on how this was made, because they really went into detail at the store as to why this compartment costs a lot of money. So this is what it looks like when you open it, and can you see the gorgeous shades? That are here, and I'm very, very excited to show you how this looks on my skin tone. Press that button, you can see that it flips up. Now that is to change this refill, so you get the refill in a pack and then you insert it for when you want to use it, and I think that's a really clever idea. This is non-plastic, there's no plastic in here whatsoever. That is what I was told, and let's have a little read through of what the actual compartment or how this is made, because I'm very, very intrigued. Evoking boundless creativity, the LV Ombre eyeshadows embrace infinite possibilities through 8 lustrous palettes imagined by creative director Pat McGrath in a celebration of individuality and self-expression, epitomizing the house spirit of excellence. The soft hydrating formula blends effortlessly onto skin for 12-hour wear, vibrant colour that enhances and defines the eyes. Crafted from refined materials with metallic accents, the LV Ombre compact case embossed with the monogram motif, opening to reveal 4 vibrant petals resembling a monogram flower. Inspired by Louis Vuitton's lock-making heritage, an innovative system allows the versatile shades to be refilled individually within the elegant, engravable case, meticulously designed as a precious keepsake. It stays true for 24 hours, crease-proof for 24 hours, 12-hour wear, hydrating formula, and preserved hydration up to 6 hours. Currently, they have 8 shades, and the shade that I picked up was 896 Monogram Rouge. There is a list of ingredients that you can get on the website. There is LV Pigment Originals, which is pigments in their purest form that release intense vibrant colour. Light Up Technology, the glitter in the pearly metallic and glittery finishes wrapped in a transparent gel to reflect light for maximised shine. There's plant derived squalane, akin to the lipid naturally present in the skin. Plant-derived squalane contributes to the smoothness of the formula, melting into the skin for immediate second skin comfort. And there's also camelina flower oil extract, which helps soften the formula for a comfortable texture. The sustainability around it is that the eyeshadow case is endlessly refillable, LV Ombre refills are recyclable, and the LV Ombre outer packaging contains recycled paper and is recyclable. It does not contain any single-use plastic. That's where we're getting the weight and the heaviness of it. So as I do with all my eyeshadows, I'm going to swatch these for you and show you what it looks like on my skin, and then we're going to apply it on the eyes. So let's start off with swatching the first shade here, and I'm just going to put that on my hand, and then we're going to go into this shade here, this shade here at the bottom. Very pigmented. Immediately I can see colour. And then we're going to go into this gorgeous shade here. So here are the swatches. I have the Tom Ford foundation on, and I have some Chanel blush, and I'm going to take these shades and I'm going to apply them. Now when I applied these in store, my heart just skipped a beat. It looks so beautiful on. I started off with this shade, which is the top one here, and the reason I did that was because I wanted to kind of brighten the area around my eyes, and you can apply it which way you like, but let's just do it this way first. But immediately, like, I just love how it brightens the eye area. It feels really nice on as well. You don't need an eye primer, I just literally just gone in with the shade. So I'm just going to take this shade here and lay that on top. And already they are blending really well together. Just doing the other side now. This mirror is beautiful as well. You can see the mirror here. And just putting that on the lid. And honestly, like, I could just stop there and then leave it. That's one look in itself. But I kind of want to show you the full shades. So I'm going to use this shade now, which is this darker shade. I'm going to put that on the outer V. So I've got like a more fluffier brush, and I'm going to go in and just tap into that shade and just put it on the outer part of my eyes there, just to give it a little bit of depth. This is so much nicer when you've got your own brushes, when you're not in the store, because they have these other brushes that you use, but I prefer my own. And already that is just looking super, super gorgeous. I haven't even put the red shade on, which I am so excited about. Right, so I've done kind of like the majority of the 3 shades. This is foolproof, by the way, guys. You can see there's hardly any fallout, and it just is so creamy and easy to put on the eyes. Reminds me of like the Tom Ford ones that are like the creamy ones where you don't need to make it work, it just works. And I love that because it's very foolproof. So I'm going to go in with this gorgeous shade which we swatched earlier, just tapping it slightly, but I really want to see how this looks on my eyes. So I'm going to go on top of my lid and just take the colour. Can you see that? Oh my god. And just take it out slightly, and I'm going to do the same with the other side. And I am in love with this colour story. It's definitely my kind of colour story that I really enjoy. And what I'm going to do is what the lady did at the store, which I'll try and do with you today, is she took the brown and she kind of used a thin brush to wing it, and I'm going to use that to wing it and add a little bit more to the eye. So this is the brush I'm going to use. This is a Suqqu brush. It's a J163 HSH. If you see the tip, it sort of slants slightly. We're going to take that brown, that gorgeous brown shade, and I'm just going to wing it out. Can you see how I've just got that wing appearing? I'm going to do this same to the other side. I love the pigment on this because you can see the wing coming through. And you can see how it's so pretty with the wing. So she took the brown shade there. And she almost sort of extended it out a bit. And then what you can do is take the brown and just fill in the lash line there to connect it if you want to, just to make it a little bit deeper. And then what you can do, which I thought is kind of cool as well, is you can take that brown and put it on the lower lash line, which I'm going to do. Okay, so I've got the brown here, and I'm just going to go in again in that gorgeous shade. Just tap some of it off, and then I'm just going to put some on the lower lash line a bit. Right, so I've just gone away and I've added some mascara and some brow, and I'm going to show you the lip colour now because I think this is going to really complete the look. So let me open it with you. This packaging is again absolutely gorgeous, and this is the lipstick that I got. So this lipstick is called LV Rouge Satin 896 Monogram Rouge, and it's refillable. It's 3.5 grams of product. It's made in France. Let's take a look at this gorgeous packaging. As you look closely, you can see all the different monogram pieces that are on the actual gold hardware, and you can see the colour through here. And when you open it, it has the magnetic mechanism, and then there's nothing written at the bottom, so you don't see any of the colour. You don't know what colour is going to be in there. The refill pulls out like this, so you can see how that works. And you've got Louis Vuitton written at the bottom here. All this attention to detail is just gorgeous. And this is the compartment that you will need. And literally, you just have to buy the refills for it. This is the shade I picked, and honestly, if you look at the campaign photos, there's a girl who is wearing this makeup and has a similar complexion to me, and I just loved the two together. That's why I bought this, why I picked these two shades. And this is the colour that they generally use, and that is associated with Louis Vuitton in terms of the interior of their bag. So that's why I really like this shade as well. But it looks different on everyone, and all the girls that were in the shop in Louis Vuitton were wearing it, but all looked different wearing it, and it all looked beautiful. So I had to go with this sort of signature colour first. In total, I believe there are 55 shades, which are a combination of satin and matte. I can't wait to try the matte formula. They did give me some samples, but this is the one that I really have my eye on. Right, so here we go. I'm so excited to put this one on. Now, this one was the one that I originally went in to buy, and I'm going to show you how it looks directly from the bullet. Yeah, it's just stunning. So here we go. It feels so creamy. It has a little bit of a scent as well. It's a really lovely scent. I think it smells of flowers, but like really like a light scent. It's not as strong as Hermes in terms of the strength. It's actually really, really beautiful, the scent. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Oh my goodness. This shade is everything. It is so beautiful. It encapsulates Louis Vuitton in a lipstick. And just so you know, I read some information that the reason why it's 55 shades is because the Roman numerals that Louis Vuitton use is 55. That's the nod to Louis Vuitton. But oh my God, guys. Wow. I'm so glad I got this shade. You know, I was so excited, I forgot to show you what was in these pouches. So let's take a look at what I was given. So this is the first pouch, and oh my God, isn't this beautiful? So this is to protect the eyeshadow, and I completely forgot to show you that there are actual brushes in here. Now, I didn't use these brushes to do my makeup, but you get two brushes on either side. So there's one brush there, and then there's another brush on this side as well. So one is a bit more domed shaped, and this one is a bit more flat. And it's such a cute idea to have that in the eyeshadow case. Also, if I haven't picked up the brushes, which I haven't, you've got that as well. And that's the case. These are what the brushes look like up close. So you've got Louis Vuitton. This one is the more domed shaped one. Very, very cute. And then this is the more flat shaped brush here. Very, very nice. Feels very soft as well, the hair. The case that you get for the eyeshadow, and then you've got the emblem or the Louis Vuitton logo, and then that is how it looks. So we're going to put the eyeshadow in there now, and that's how it fits. So it just goes straight in there. It fits perfectly in its case. I like the fact that it's black as well. And then I'm just opening up the other one, and this is for the case, and it's for the lipstick, I believe. So that's what the case looks like. So it's a slightly smaller version of the one I just showed you, and I'm going to put the lipstick in there. That's what it looks like. Very, very nice. And then you've got the Louis Vuitton logo. That's the lipstick inside the holder. Very sleek. Love the black packaging again. So these are the 3 shades that I got gifted with the lipstick that I bought to try out. This is what they had like on the tester when you tried it in store. It was quite interesting, this contraption where once you tried it, I mean, it was pretty much mine because I'd used it to try. But this one was 110, which is in the matte shade, which I'm going to show you. And this one is the one that I put on, which is 896. And then this one, that's satin. And then this one here is another satin, but it was the shade 112. And it was a beautiful kind of autumn shade. So I'm thinking of picking this up at some point because I think this is a beautiful shade for the transitioning that we're going into winter now, autumn, winter. So yeah, those are the 3 shades that they gifted me. I think it will probably make more sense to show you the first shade, 110, which is a matte finish, because it's a lighter finish and I don't want to spoil this look because once I put on the red I want to leave it on. So let's try this first. I'll do a swatch for you. Let me just quickly do a hand swatch for you. But this is a shade that I thought was like a nice nude shade. This is the matte one and it's in the shade 110. So it may be a tad bit awkward, but let's give it a go using this little tester. That's gorgeous. This is the shade 110 and it's a really lovely nude. That's really pretty. So I think I'll be going back for this. Then let's look at this darker shade, which I think is perfect for autumn, winter. And it comes in a satin and it's in 112. And this is the shade. Let me do a little hand swatch for you. Oh, look at that. Oh, very much reminds me of Lisa Eldridge lipsticks, anything like Night Thoughts, has that vibe. And when I was at the shop, they had this technology thing where you could put your face into the image and it would automatically show you what the shade looked like without you having to put the colour on. And I'm gonna see if it's done exactly what I thought it would do. So let's put the colour on. So obviously it applies differently when you're using this applicator. Yeah, you can imagine if you had the lipstick, you would be able to get into these sort of areas a lot better. But wow, what a gorgeous shade. I'm feeling this shade for like the upcoming months, autumn, winter. Isn't that a gorgeous shade? Wow. So I just wanted to give you my final thoughts on this collection from Louis Vuitton. Now, as a collector of makeup, I was going to buy this no matter what. I am a huge Pat McGrath fan, but at the same time, Louis Vuitton has always been one of those heritage brands that I've always loved and really kind of respected and bought lots of products from. This was like a kind of a no-brainer for me. I understand that this has caused a lot of people to ask about the way makeup is going now in terms of the expense that we're spending and why we're spending it. This felt like something really special. Going into the store, the feeling of being looked after, the quality of the components, what Pat has done with this brand. I mean, obviously this is very similar to her branding in terms of the aesthetics, but in terms of like the quality, you can see that it's not just about the packaging. Like, you can see how beautiful this eyeshadow palette is on my eyes, and the lipstick is extraordinary. I wore this on the day that they put it on for me at the store, and I wore it throughout the whole day until it faded for like the whole day, and I was really impressed with the way that it just had that longevity, even though like obviously I've only got 2 pieces, and you know, I'm gonna cherish these pieces. This is collector's items because it's one of those things that there are brands that do similar things like this, like Dior, when they do the limited edition things. And you probably would have seen from my previous video that I did the one that was the mirror one, and also Dior had that special one that I bought that was quite expensive. This isn't kind of far from that. However, I know that £120 for a lipstick is a lot of money. I do think about the fact that it's refillable. I'm going to be able to buy other shades and put it in this container and not have to buy the packaging again. And the same with the eyeshadow, that this is £190, but then with the fact that I can buy the refills and that is at a lower cost, I think that, you know, I can justify that. Now that's my situation, so I think that everyone is different and you can only get what you feel is in your budget and what you can afford. I'm not saying go out and buy this, I'm just telling you what I think of the products and how they have performed on my skin. That choice is really up to you, but in terms of kind of like my first impressions, I'm very, very impressed with the packaging, the quality, and the actual performance of the product itself. I think that it is probably one of the best collection launches in a long time, and as much as the price point is eye-watering, and I do get that, I think that if you love makeup and you're a collector of makeup, you're going to really enjoy this collection. So anyway, please leave your comments. I'm sure there's going to be loads of comments on whether you feel like this is something you are interested in or not. I hope that this has helped a little bit into helping you decide whether you will pick it up. This is not sponsored. I bought these myself, a birthday gift to myself. Please let me know your thoughts. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Thank you.